everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I came here to take you to Disneyland. Ready to go? Unfortunately, I have some bad news for you. Mr. Jaleel Simmons, he chickened out of coming to Scotts Hill early this morning. He came up with a lame excuse. He said Mickey Mouse kidnapped him. I'm just kidding. I'm glad to be here. My name is Mr. Jaleel Simmons. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to tell you all a little bit about me. I grew up around Lexington, Tennessee. I went to Pin Oak Elementary School, so don't bite me. I know I'm in the lion's den, just like Daniel. But I'm proud to be here because I have a very interesting story to share with everyone this morning.
Tara Young, come to the office, please. Teachers, I need today, at the end of school, 7th grade and 4th grade, have your rooms moved to the side so we can scrub and try to buff. I'm gonna let the lower end be still today with the testing going on.
I didn't know Mr. Lane was part of my speech. Yeah, of course I went to Pin Oak Elementary School ever since kindergarten. But through my school years, I've had some challenges as well. Now raise your hands if you ever had difficulty in school before. Yeah, I bet you say, this man doesn't have any rhythm. Okay, my toughest subjects in school were math and reading. When it comes to math, the only thing that helps me perform math better was doing it on a piece of paper. And of course, Miss Anastasia mentioned earlier, if you have trouble with any of your subjects, never be afraid to ask for help. Now at Pin Oak School, I was a resource student or special ed or whatever you want to call it. You could call it a Disneyland student. Of course, I was hurt in my past. Even as an adult, I still think about those moments when some of the kids were mean to me, called me stupid. I almost wanted to get angry with that student for calling me stupid, but I controlled my temper because I did not want to go to the principal's office. And my parents always taught me to treat others the way you want to be treated. You want to know one of my biggest fears was as a kid? I had a big phobia of the dark. And it's kind of ironic with me being black. The boogeyman would have a very hard time scaring me in the dark. He'd be like, where's Jaleel? I can't see him. I'd be like, Mr. Boogeyman, he can't see me now. Unless I turn the lights on. Yeah. My favorite subject in school was spelling. And of course I loved PE because I love to play basketball. I love to run like this. Speaking of Mario, Super Mario was one of my favorite games as a kid, especially on Super Nintendo. And Mortal Kombat was also my favorite game. My favorite fighter has always been Liu Kang. I know you're probably interested in wanting to know how I handled myself throughout my school. My mom shared the scripture from the Bible with me. Philippians 4:13, which says, I can do all things through Christ which strengthened me. Ever since then, that scripture motivated me to continue to study as as hard as I can. And speaking of studying, I brought me some report cards with me. And if you want to look at my report card, you're more than welcome to do so. Feel free to laugh at my grades. This is for my 8th grade year. You want to look at my report cards, sir? Does everybody want to look at the report card? I'll pass it around, let everybody look at it.
Be very careful with it, okay? Because it's not yours.